It's been 6 years since the start of the COVID pandemic and the summer of social justice.
If you were lucky, that time was only inconvenient, but if you weren't, it was heartbreaking.
WXI 12's Kenny Beck is here with a unique perspective on that era during this National Police Week. Kenny.
Well, tonight in 12 Investigates, we are looking back on this time in American history through the eyes of three members of Triad law enforcement. They were all in the thick of it back then. Today, all three of them have different jobs.
Looking back on it, depressing.
Instability.
Grateful.
Katrina Thompson, Curtis Cheeks, and Greg Dorn were all working for Triad City Police Departments when the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic, March 11th, 2020. Since then, a lot has changed. Thompson was Winston-Salem's police chief. Now she's the U.S. Marshal for the Middle District of North Carolina.
It was surreal. I think about eating lunch in vacant parking lots, sitting in the car.
Cheeks was a lieutenant who worked as High Point's public information officer and in community engagement. Now he's the city's police chief.
I'll never forget the first Q-tip up the nose like that. That was painful.
Dorn was a lieutenant in Winston-Salem's Criminal Investigations Division, but retired from the WSPD a couple of years into COVID. Now he helps his wife with her dog grooming business.
We were some of the ones who wiped down all of our groceries and our mail.
In lengthy, separate conversations with all three, we talked about the challenges of doing day-to-day police work during an international health crisis and at a time of social unrest and anti-police sentiment following the death of George Floyd. Thompson recalls the message to her team as protests started locally.
We don't have to necessarily agree with everything that they're saying, but we're listening to them. It didn't mean that we were against law enforcement. What it meant is that we were treating everyone with respect and that we were against the actions that they were also against.
While Thompson said she was glad to see people in Winston-Salem peacefully expressing their First Amendment rights, she also wanted the public to know that police here weren't out to get them. But Cheeks said his colleagues in High Point felt frustrated that some people chose to paint all of law enforcement with the same negative brush.
We had a good chunk of instances where people decided, okay, this career is not something I want to stay in any longer.
According to data from the High Point PD, staffing levels fell for 4 straight years starting in 2020. They have yet to make it back up to 90%. Winston-Salem's numbers are somewhat similar, though they dropped lower and more quickly before rising each of the last 3 years. Dorn's retirement in March of 2022 created one of those vacancies.
Never got to a breaking point for us as far as our staffing, but patrol staffing, it was dangerous.
He says he loves police work and misses it, but doesn't regret his decision to leave.
I'm a pretty strong guy. I've been to Iraq. I've been in some tough situations at work, but it got me. I was done.
The hatred toward police, specifically in Winston-Salem, was isolated, he says, but still affected him. However, that's not what ultimately drove him away. It was the city's initial COVID policies for officers like him who did not want to get this vaccine.
There was still a lot of discrimination against the ones who weren't vaccinated. We had to go every week and get tested. How much did that cost the city? I didn't have any kind of symptoms. It's just you had to go weekly.
I was fighting really hard to make sure that our folks had vaccines. And what I did not realize, and it was just on me, didn't realize that there would be so many people that did not want the vaccine.
Dorn ended up paying $45,000 to buy a year of early retirement. He calls it money well spent.
Seems like you're happy now.
I'm very happy. Yes. Yeah, zero complaints.
The days of masks, long testing lines, and nightly protests are over. Thompson and Dorn both say they are relieved Winston-Salem made it through with no major violence. But Cheeks, the only one of the three still in local law enforcement, says things still have not returned to the way they once were.
The volume's not the same as far as applicants. When I worked in recruiting 1 year, we had almost 800 applicants. Now, we're looking at, we may have around 350, 400 applicants over the course of a year. I'm not lowering our hiring standards. I could drop our standards and fill every vacancy we have, but what's it worth?
Cheeks has been High Point's police chief since December of 23. With about half as many people applying to be a police officer these days, he says they've had to rely on technology and creative staffing maneuvers to get the most out of what they have. We want to point out we did ask the city of Greensboro for its police staffing numbers as well. I submitted that request April 6th and was told today the city could not provide the information that we requested. Back to you.